coming home from work, two parents and their children going to church. A happy little baby drools on your shirt. One extraordinary day. Let us have a world of ordinary people living life the way God wants us to. If we have a world of ordinary people, extraordinary things would happen to me and you. Ordinary Abraham, he was just a man, but he'd kill his son for the price of a lamb. Let us consider ordinary Job, who lost it all, but in God had his hope. Now ordinary David, a little shepherd boy, who killed Goliath with a stone and a toy. Sweet little Jesus, ordinary child, a carpenter's first son, humble and mild. If anybody told you he would be Messiah, you probably would laugh it off, I know. So let us have a world of ordinary people living life the way God wants us to. If we have a world of ordinary people, extraordinary things would happen to me and you. Every little baby has the power to be great, and every old tree once a mustard seed. No ordinary children going off to war, 'cause no single leader is worth dying for. No ordinary mother will cry herself to sleep, 'cause no ordinary father will come home after 3 a.m. that is. So let us have ordinary people living life the way God wants us to. If we have a world of ordinary people, extraordinary things. Oh, let us have a world of ordinary people living life the way God wants us to. If we have a world of ordinary people, extraordinary things would happen to me. La 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 extraordinary things would happen to me and you. The moral of the story is this simple. When Pastor was talking about faith, I was smiling because for you to enjoy the things that grace will allow you to enjoy, you need to subject yourself to the kingdom principle he described as babies. These were ordinary people who went about their business believing God. And when they saw the opportunity, and realized that it was not about them. It was about the grace that God had made available, and they tapped into it, and they believed these things happened in their lives. It was the same grace and exercise of faith that allowed Peter to walk on water. I just want to share a chorus with us. It's terribly short. I need for you to leave with this. And I'll explain to you why I decided to share this chorus. I had purposed in my heart that I was going to do one song. But it's important, especially in the light of everything that has been talked about today and yesterday and the things that will be talked about. See, let me just share a little experience with us. Oftentimes, Christians come to church and we talk about worshiping God in the beauty of His holiness and worshiping Him in the splendor of His majesty and all these, the very great, noble words. But you see, the truth is, in the days of old, you couldn't access the Holy of Holies except you were a priest. And even if you accessed the Holy of Holies, I was made to understand that they had to tie a rope around your ankle, just in case you were found not to be pure enough and you were slain in the process. And I wonder, I say to myself, so where did we find the audacity to speak about the Holy of Holies and the beauty of His holiness that we talk about so ordinarily? Some of us walk straight out of sin into worship and we say this and that and the Holy of Holies. But then God brought me to an understanding which caused the song to be written. And the understanding was, the minute Jesus bowed his head and died, the temple veil was torn in two. And why that happened was because God gave all of us access. And that access is probably one of the most grace-related things that I know that has been made available to us. And so when we open our mouth and we say we worship God in the beauty of His holiness and the splendor of His majesty, we don't tell a lie. But there's only one reason we do it. And the reason is through the frailty, which is the weakness of His Son. His salvation plan for us was complete. And so I want to share this very simple song. And more than just sharing it, I want you to learn it. And there's a new song in it. The new song is Let me tell you why. Because sometimes when you understand the magnitude of what has been done for you, thank you just won't do. You just can't. There's no way. When my mother first heard that I had gained admission to King's College as a young boy, she couldn't say anything. She was just dancing around the compound and screaming. I saw the manifestation, the expression of true joy. And so when I see true joy, sometimes when people do certain things, I said to myself on my wedding day, please don't blame me if you see me looking a certain way, because the truth is I know where I'm coming from. And the gratitude in my heart, words cannot quantify it. And so I'm going to share a new song with you. And it says, I worship you, Lord, in the beauty of your holiness. I worship you, Lord, in the splendor of your majesty. But I worship you, Lord, for in the frailty of your Son, your salvation plan for us was done. I worship you, Lord, in the beauty you, Lord. For in the frailty of your Son, your salvation plan for us was done. Oh, let's sing this song. That's one word as I leave you to demonstration. I worship you, Lord, in the beauty of your holiness. I worship you, oh, in the splendor, oh, of your majesty. Said I worship you, Lord, for in the frailty of your Son, your salvation plan for us was done. Oh, said I worship you, Lord, in the beauty of your holiness. Said I worship you, oh, in the splendor of your majesty. I